Thank you so much for signing up to be a part of the 30-day meditation challenge. Really looking forward to growing our practices together over the next month. So we'll start off by really thinking about what the definition of meditation is. Right? So a really simple definition is meditation is using our body, our mind, or our breath to intentionally change our state of consciousness. We're going to start off with a breath meditation that allows us to bring more attention to what's happening in the present moment. And this is a really powerful practice because all of our emotions are linked to a particular breathing pattern. So being more aware of our breath will allow us to more intentionally use it to impact how we feel. And it will also allow us to be more aware of our emotional responses in the future. In addition to that, this practice allows us to strengthen connections in our mind that helps us to be more aware of our thoughts. So we're able to become more of an observer of our thoughts and spend less time really feeling like we're being pulled by our thoughts and not really able to separate or create any distance between them. And it will also help us to notice when we are fixating on the future or fixating on the past or focusing on the moment, really just being aware of whether we are placing our attention and our energy on things that we are in control of or can make an impact on, or things that we are unable to make an impact on, which is really powerful to be able to do. And then on top of that, once we're more aware of our thoughts, we're going to have a much better time choosing a response more intentionally that we actually want and that's actually going to be productive for us. So today you can start off by just allowing yourself to sit comfortably in your chair. You can be sitting in a cushion. You can be sitting on a chair just like I am. You can be sitting on the floor. The biggest thing that you want to make sure of is just that you are comfortable. And for this practice, you want your back to be upright so that you can be alert and so that your body can be balanced. There's some other practices where we'll get to practice where our posture will be able to be a little different. But for now, just allow your back to be upright, but also allow yourself to be comfortable. So you don't want to be straining your back. Right? If you're sitting in a chair, just allow your feet to rest comfortably on the ground. Allow your hands to rest gently in your lap. If you're sitting on a cushion, your legs can be crossed if that's comfortable for you as well. Just allow your head to be balanced on top of your shoulders. You can allow your eyes to close, or if that's uncomfortable, they can gently rest on a point on the ground. And then bring your full attention just to your breath. Allow yourself to take a deep inhale into your belly, allowing your rib cage to expand. And as you exhale out of your mouth, notice as your muscles soften. Another deep inhale into your belly, allowing the chest to rise. And exhale out of your mouth. And another deep breath just like that. And exhale out. Now you can return your breathing back to its normal rhythm. And keep your full attention on your breath. If it's helpful, you can bring your attention to the point of entry into your nostril right above your top lip. And just notice the sensations in your nostril as you inhale and exhale each breath. So don't worry about your breath being shallow or your breath being deep. Just allow it to flow at its natural rhythm. What you'll probably notice is that the mind will get pulled by a thought or a sound or a body sensation or an emotion. And this is totally normal and natural. It's what the mind does. So you can just notice it with a sense of ease and gentleness. Just return your awareness back to your breath, noticing the sensations that you have with each inhale and each exhale. And as the mind gets pulled, see if you can allow yourself to feel good about noticing, about just being aware of what comes up. And then, as gentle as you can, just return back to noticing the breath. That's really what the practice is. Noticing when your attention gets pulled and then coming back to the breath. Allow yourself to remain aware. Just notice when the mind wanders. And just acknowledge that that's totally normal. And then as easy as you can, just let your attention rest back on your inhale and your exhale. And then as we approach the end of our practice today, you can allow your attention to continue to rest on your breath. And at your own pace, you can slowly open your eyes and return your full awareness back to the space around you. Nice job. So that was our first practice today. Tomorrow we'll be able to dive a little bit deeper into the breath of meditation that allows us to bring attention to the present moment. So one thought that often comes to mind, especially with new meditators, is, am I doing it right? And sometimes it can be really overwhelming to take a second to notice our thoughts, because oftentimes we aren't really aware of what we're thinking and how many thoughts are firing off every few seconds. But really, you're doing it right as long as you come back to the technique. Right? So if you, in this practice, the technique is really noticing the thoughts, noticing the emotions, noticing the sensations, and then just returning back to breath. So as long as you're doing that, you're meditating correctly, and you're strengthening that connection that, as we mentioned earlier, will allow you to be more aware of what's happening in the moment and just be more aware of your thoughts and your emotions and any other sensations that you are having. So what I like to think about this as is, if you are someone who goes to the gym and lifts weights, right? The thought is like you touching the weight, and you returning your attention back to your breath is like you picking the weight up, right? And really strengthening that connection. So you need both parts of the practice. You need your mind to wander, and you also need the exercise of bringing it back to really be able to strengthen those connections. So whenever that happens, you really want to just allow yourself to be as gentle as possible, right? And really just, if you can, let yourself feel good for noticing the thoughts or noticing whatever came up, because that's a really big part of the practice. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. Looking forward to practicing with you again tomorrow. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on whatever you are listening to this meditation on or watching this meditation on. Comment, ask any questions, and I'll make sure to get back to you. You can also DM us through the Innerglow Instagram handle. So at InnerglowNY, you can just shoot us a DM, and we'll make sure to get back to you with any answers to any questions that you have. In addition, if you have any feedback, definitely share the feedback. We're looking to make this as valuable for you as possible. So any feedback that you have, you can comment that or DM us that as well. Have an awesome rest of your day. Looking forward to practicing with you tomorrow.